Welcome to Winter Camp Chats, sponsored by the Lions of District 11B1. In our tradition of winter camp, we wanted to help keep campers connected throughout the year, so we set up these monthly conversations where we can learn from each other and help keep connected. Enjoy.
If you want to change it for good, you need to go into your account to change it.
Oh, okay.
You got to go in your Zoom account to change it.
Oh, okay.
No, she's okay. She's okay because I'm on my regular home phone anyway. She could have kept it like it was.
Yeah, no,
but I thought you all was talking about this, the different cell phones.
Yeah, I know, Marion, but the thing is that she wanted to change, so when she calls into any meeting, it gives it her name rather than that number.
Oh, okay.
You have to go into her Zoom account to do that.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So that means she'd have to have Zoom on her phone, right?
Correct. Or either she can go, if she has, she can even go and access it through her computer if she has a computer. Either way.
Okay. I didn't know that. I'm always learning.
Yeah. I know this has nothing to do with the meeting, but I got a question. The building is giving some of the residents a new tablet that has the Zoom on it, okay? When that's going to happen, don't know. But I had to change, when you change your Wi-Fi information, I have a Alexa speaker. Oh, be quiet. Okay. And they said that they have trouble, connected with the TV, so I would have to unplug both of them. My question is, in order to hit, will you be quiet? There she is. And they said you had to, disconnect her, and disconnect the router. Now, my question is, do you disconnect the router from the plug itself, or do you have to unscrew the thing from the router itself? How you do that?
I have no idea.
Unplug it from the
Kathy,
wall.
Kathy,
Unplug it from the wall.
Right.
You can just,
That would be my guess.
usually the power cord just plugs into the back of the router with just a little quick push. So you don't have to unplug it from the wall if you disconnect the power at the back of the router.
Right.
It would be better to disconnect it from the router.
Right.
So just pull it.
That's faster, less leaning over and bending behind the cabinet. And
I can do it either way, right?
yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all I need to know. Thank you.
And then give it at least 30 seconds before plugging it back in.
But then when I do it, do the router first and then do the device.
Turn it all off. Start again.
Okay. Just disconnect everything. Okay, all I do is hit a switch then.
Big kitty, what you want?
Okay. There you go.
Hey, Ron, do you see my big cat?
Yeah, I see that. Is that a bear? Is that a bear? Is that a bear cub?
It's a bear cub.
That's your service cat, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, he's my emotional support cat for anxiety.
Right. That's what I thought.
But he's a big boy.
Is he a Maine Coon?
Well, the vet said he's part Maine Coon because when I was living in Arizona, he adopted me. But he weighs 17 pounds.
Wow.
That's a big cat.
He's big.
So we have Lindsay Levier on today too. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hello.
And we just had Art Turner join us.
Hey, Art.
Hi, Art.
Hi, Art.
Hello, everyone.
Bible study.
Oh, hi, Art.
Greetings. I just got here. Just got on. So,
You're fine. We're just chatting.
yes.
So I'm going to run through who we have so far. So we've got myself and Kathy Koenig. I knew some Koenigs back when I was growing up, so that's why. We have Art Turner, and we have Don Lang and Judy Franklin, Marion Ward, Phyllis from Port Huron, Phyllis M, Cynthia Cooper, Rosemarie, Wayne Lepores, Port Huron. We have Gwendolyn Casey and Janet Gardner from Twin Lake, and Lindsay Levier. And Lindsay, I can't remember where you're from. If you want to unmute for a second, if you're there.
She's from like Port Huron area.
Port Huron, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Blue
She
water.
lives in Clay Township.
I got a number of names for Port Huron, or maybe it was Pontiac, and Gwendolyn was part of that group that Pam Prindle passed along to me, that we were able to reach out and kind of harness some new potential campers, and so that was nice, and it's great to have Port Huron folks on the call. We hope to get you guys to camp.
Well, we'll try it. Hopefully, when everything gets back to normal.
Right. Well, we hope by next February, maybe things will.
Wow, yeah.
We're going to kind of plan on it, but
Yes, I'm looking forward to the next in-person camp.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Miss that getting away from home and riding the train and all that good stuff.
yeah, I was telling the folks at the Jackson Eye Openers meeting last night that part of the allure of the whole weekend for a lot of folks is the train ride.
Oh, I don't know about that. Camp's pretty fun.
Nice for a change.
I like the train ride. It was fun.
It is. I'm not saying it isn't, but boy, sure like having camp in between.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get a chance to see all your buddies and stuff and say where you been hiding all year long.
Right.
Unless you go to summer camp.
I'm hoping by this summer the COVID will be kind of better and I can get to go to summer camp.
Well, I heard it was going to be canceled this year.
Yes, camp.
Well, Rosemarie would know about that.
We haven't made a final decision on that just yet. We have to see how things shake out with the COVID, but things are not looking too well because we have to plan ahead. We may not have it again this year. We've done 25 years nonstop, and then last year we had to stop. And this year again, we may or may not be able to do it. Depends on a lot of things, and part of it is because it's difficult to do social distancing at that, at our camp, just because of the way things are set up there.
Right. Well, that's the same way with the winter camp.
I'm going to talk to him in a normal.
And the other issue that we're having as well is there's no longer Greyhound from Grand Rapids to Muskegon, and so we're having some transportation concerns and how to resolve that as well.
Rosemarie, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said about there's no longer something.
No longer Greyhound transportation from Grand Rapids to Muskegon.
Oh. Darn them.
So the only way to get there is if you have someone bring you there?
At this point, that's correct.
Wow.
Okay.
That's too bad.
Unless, like I said, like I know that around the Detroit area, the group that usually comes, they get great choice to help them. They share the expense, and a group of them take a couple of vans and come up, and the people who bring them stay at the camp and then bring them back when it's time. So that may be an alternative if there's enough people in a particular area to work something out with them. So it's difficult when public transportation just continues itself. When I first moved here to Muskegon back in 80, we had 3 Greyhound buses. Then somewhere along the line they cut it down to 2. Then we have 1. Now we have none.
Wow.
Yeah, the service is being limited, I think, right now.
And I'm not sure if that's going to resume if COVID gets better or not, because they stopped that last summer, during the COVID stuff. So hard to tell what's going to happen.
Doing social distancing on the Greyhound buses.
But hopefully, Lions can help out in different areas. If you're near a Lions group, they might be able to provide transportation. There's alternatives, we just have, as Lions people, we need to seek those alternatives out. And I know if Lions clubs are able to, they try to help.
Rosemary, that's a great idea because I would say, I'm not sure, I couldn't give you a percentage, but there's probably a great number of Lions clubs that don't even know about summer camp. There's been a lot of people that didn't know anything about winter camp.
Correct.
So, we've actually, Jack and I have tried to partner when we were doing the forum and the conventions. We would try to partner up to
get the word out. Yeah.
promote both camps and, make sure we got names and send information out and that sort of thing. So I think if we, know where people are interested in coming from, then we can probably get in touch with some Lions clubs around to, help provide some transportation. I bet they would be happy to do that.
I know Don takes all the brochures and stuff to the Hazel Park Lions when they have the meetings, and we always have a Lion that volunteers to take us to the train station and pick us up to come back too.
Right.
So it works out real nice. But we're trying to, Don would like somebody from the Hazel Park Lions to come for the weekend and see what it's like. But so far nobody wants to, but he keeps trying.
One of the things I think I was telling Cynthia's daughter, Candace, we have a video that Jerry Mackey, if you guys might remember Jerry Mackey, he's a great photographer and he does a lot of stuff with technology, but he put a nice video together last year after the 2020 camp, from kind of a collection of pictures from the last 3 years of camp. And it's about 4.5 minutes long. And we're currently working on a narrative that we can kind of voice over it.
That'd be cool.
To give people an idea, what camp is like. And he did a really great job with the pictures from arrival to leaving. And a lot of great shots of you all and, the camp itself and the dorms and he particularly had the pictures of the guy that brought the sleigh the one year. And, and so the voiceover, one of the complaints was that initially was that the people that couldn't see wouldn't get much out of it. But we're hoping that the narrative might help those who are visually impaired kind of get a better idea of what happens at camp when they view the video. So
cool.
Hoping to use that as a promotional tool, and we'll make it available to all of you to watch. In fact, it is available now. There just isn't a voiceover on the YouTube channel that Kathy created for us this year. And so we had a couple of more people join us. Who is New Beacon? Can you let us know who you are?
That's Michael Gino.
Mike Gino.
Hi, Mike.
Okay.
Hi, Mike.
Hi. Yeah, that's my phone is named New Beacon.
Okay. Well, we know who you are now. And we have another phone number, 1313 ends in 76796, just joined us.
Hi, this is Carrie Bradley. How you doing?
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, I got my cards today.
I just got a notice, Carrie, that they were delivered on my phone.
Yes, just got them today.
And I was wondering who it was, so I'm glad you told me.
Okay.
And we also had Andrea Ordway join us a minute ago.
Yeah, hi, Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Uh-oh.
I'm not sure. We don't really know who else calling in today, but I do know that Ronnie is calling in. At least he told me yesterday he was.
Hi, sorry. Had to find the unmute button.
Oh, Ronnie Durrell is supposed to be calling in, but we may want to go ahead and get started. Our intent with this. So welcome everybody. And let's see. I could go through the attendance list again if you'd like, real quick. So I'll do that. So we've got Don Franklin, Judy Lang, or Don Lang, Judy Franklin.
That's okay. We're not offended.
Marion Ward,
Yes.
Mike Gino, Art Turner, Cynthia Cooper, Gwendolyn Casey,
Hi.
Rosemarie Facilla, Wayne Lepores, his sister Phyllis. We've got Andrea, and let's see, who have I missed? Carrie Bradley. Let's see.
Daryl Goldsmith.
Okay.
He's on. We're on speaker.
Daryl's here. He's with you, right, Carrie?
That's correct.
Right. And then we just had somebody who's on 9419. Somebody just joined us.
Ronnie.
Durrell here.
Ronnie.
Ronnie Durrell.
Ronnie Durrell. Okay.
Yep. Ron.
Well, why don't we?
Hi.
Miss Lindsay.
Go, Con. Okay.
Good, good.
Glad you made it in, Ronnie. So now, if so, I'm going to go. We'll go ahead and get started. And maybe if Kathy, if you want to, let's talk about how to mute and unmute real quick. So if you're on a phone, you would press *6. That will mute your microphone. And if you hit it again, that unmutes you. Okay. Because there may be not so much later on, but right now we're going to probably mute everybody so that we don't have a lot of background noise while somebody's talking. If you want to raise your hand, if you want to, if you want to talk and and we're doing a hand raise thing, that's a *9. Toggle on and off for raising your hand. And then if you are on a computer, you can hit the space bar to mute your microphone, or you could hit Alt-A if you know where that's at for the audio, or Alt-V if you want to turn your video off. But
Spacebar doesn't work for me.
Spacebar doesn't? Let me see if it works for me.
No. You're
Didn't
special.
work for me either.
Alt-A.
So anyway, so let's go ahead and mute everybody, and I'll go ahead and start us out. Okay, I gotta unmute now.
And Art probably wants to unmute.
Yeah. Right, I unmuted myself.
Okay, so so I want to welcome everybody to our first, what we're calling a winter camp chat, and this is a thank you, Kathy, for that, for naming that. The purpose basically is a follow-up to our February 6th virtual winter camp, which we were really pleased that you all could be there. We actually had about I don't know, 50 plus people on that call, 50 to 60 people for the day. And as far as campers go, we had several Lions on the call as well, some of the Lions Club folks, but as far as campers go, we probably had 55 of you, for pretty much throughout the day. So, some people had problems with connection. Other people, maybe had something else to do or something came up at the last minute, but we were really pleased that we actually had 73 people sign up, and 55 of you made it to the call, which we thought was just really excellent. And a lot of people were amazed that we were actually able to do that. So anyway, congratulations to you all for really getting into it. I know some of you are pretty familiar with Zoom and use it, but others of you had not. And so it was really great that everybody was willing to, adopt a new technology that maybe was unfamiliar, and make the effort to get in so we could all be together. So thank you. But we wanted to do some follow-up, and we don't know exactly where this is going to go, or it's up to, I would say we'd like some ideas from you all as to what we do. But if you would like to do this on a monthly basis, we can. Kathy and I have, we'll commit to being one or the other of us available to be here on these. We're thinking of like this Saturday, the third Saturday of the month, I think it is, something like that, something consistent. that you could put on your calendar. And if you wanted to have speakers, come in and talk about a subject, we actually have a couple of ideas already we've been exposed to. We can do that, whatever you would like to do. So otherwise, it's just kind of a way for you guys to stay in contact and kind of be together and have something to do while we're still under sort of a semi-lockdown with the COVID. So today, we're going to have Art is going to open us up with a kind of a devotional, and then he's going to talk about, he's got something about guideposts, which are kind of a publication, spiritual publication that he wants to talk about. And then we've got a couple of folks that have agreed to talk about a couple of our campers. Some of our campers are Lions Club members, and I've asked a couple of them to speak about their experiences as a Lion. Our district governor, Dave Anderson, when he opened up our session on February the 6th, talked about, the advantages of being in a Lions Club and things that you might gain from that. And so I thought it might be interesting just to hear from folks who are campers that are in a club and what it means to them and what kind of, benefits they received from that. So, and then we're just kind of going to open it up, and our hope is to probably end up at, no later than 2:30. This is not going to be an all-day thing like February 6th was, but around 2:30 we'll probably close it out, and so we don't take up all of your day. So anyway, with that, I'm going to throw it over to Art, Lion Art, and take it away.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. But it's good to be back together again. As we say, to see each other, although that's the expression we use even in winter camp, is to see one another, but to actually hear one another's voice and to share together on this Zoom call. That I always find it ironic when people get together at camp and say, "Good to see you again," and then that goes with it, "Gee, you haven't changed a bit. You don't look a bit older." And well, yes. So we are together again. Nobody looks a bit older to most of us, and so we're together. So let's begin with a time of prayer. Dear Lord God, we gather here as individuals, and yet we gather as a interesting group of Lions, of campers, of blind and visually handicapped, of people coming to camp and people who are a part of this fellowship. And we pray that as we gather here this day, that we might be blessed by your presence, be with our conversations as we speak to one another and renew our fellowship and renew our connections to hear one another's voice and to be in one another's presence on the Zoom call. And we pray that as we contact and touch one another, we might be made holy by the holiness of one person to another person, of sharing together in your creatures and being together in this time. Be with each speaker, that we learn our protocols of speaking online on Zoom, of sharing the time, and yet to be willing to open to ourselves and open to each other and sharing our voices. And pray that this might be blessed by your love, and the love that we share of one another, the love that you ultimately give to us through your Son, in whose name we offer this prayer. Amen. That I mentioned Roger earlier, and I apparently misspoke. The publication, The Upper Room, is a daily devotion that my wife and I use on a regular basis. And we use it. My eyesight is deteriorating, so I get the large print edition of it at this point. And my wife was looking through it when the last issue came out, or the previous issue came out, and noticed that they have offered available in Braille. And they have it at I don't know if it was a special price, but they were offered to have subscriptions in Braille, and she said that's something that we might have available to you. And I might know some people who would like to receive the Upper Room daily devotional in Braille. And so we made a commitment with the two of ourselves that anybody in the winter camp group who would like to receive a Braille copy of the Upper Room, the daily devotion out of Nashville. It's lay people writing of their experiences based upon a scripture and then a prayer at the end. And we find it very useful for a springboard for our daily devotions and discussions. And so we would pay for a 1-year subscription to anybody who would like to receive the Braille edition of the Upper Room. If you would sometime during this afternoon's conversation indicate that, and I will make sure I have your address either from Roger and Kathy, or some cases I have your address already myself from previous years where I kept that information. And so we will enroll you to receive a 1-year subscription to the Upper Room in Braille edition. That we've got they indicated a fairly economical way of doing that, and so we will add your name if you'd like. So if anybody would like to receive the Braille edition of the Upper Room, please let us know during the conversation here today, and we will send that, register you for that as a gift from my wife and I.
Art,
Yes.
quick question. Is it also available in an audio format, like online or?
I'm not sure. They mentioned a variety of languages, and I'm looking at it right here on the languages available. In this sheet, this month, they don't mention the Braille, but it seems like they do have a online edition of it. So I will check that out, but at this point, we're offering the Braille edition. And
Thanks.
So
I'll check, Art, and see if they have a podcast audio of it like they do our Daily Bread.
Yeah, but it's very similar to our Daily Bread, except it's a different group, and it's mainly written by lay people, occasionally by a clergy, but the focus is persons writing their own personal experience, and one each day, and both made available. If there's anybody that knows now, if you'd unmute yourself and mention it, I will get your name down and we'll make sure we've got your address.
And Kathy Joanne just joined.
Yep, I just renamed her.
How do you know? How do you know?
Your number.
I have you saved in my phone's contact list, so I quickly looked.
She's amazing.
I don't have it memorized. Trust me, I looked it up.
Okay.
For those who want to unmute themselves, just a quick reminder, if you are on a computer, there's a button at the bottom of your screen to unmute. And you can also use Alt-A if you're on a regular computer as opposed to a mobile device. So Alt-A is the magic keystroke. Hi, Don. Go for it. Oh, you have to unmute yourself. That's
unmuted. Oh.
That's the raised hand. Did you mean to do that?
I wonder if maybe the Upper Room would be available in either cartridge or perhaps cassette. That's a possibility in audio.
Yeah, Mike Gino said he was going to look into that for you guys.
The other comments I'd like to make briefly, I think in order to save the Lions some expense and be considerate on our part, and because of the epidemic, most of the clubs, a lot of them can't do fundraising. But anyway, I think we should maybe have the Zoom line, say maybe once every 3 months. It would still be 4 times a year, and that would be more considered as far as the expense for the Lions. The other thing is the video that the Lions have should be distributed to clubs wherever we can to show people the pictures, and that's all we need to do. We don't necessarily need a voice thing. because 3 or 4 minutes, it takes up meeting time, but the Lions would appreciate more the pictures than anything else, and that's what we need to be concerned with.
And for the pictures, Don.
Pardon?
They need the explanation for the pictures. But help describe what's going on. They don't know.
Well, the pictures would tell that.
No.
Well, not everybody can see very well, even regular lions,
Exactly.
non-blind lions,
Right.
sitting in the back of a conference room, and you either have a live narrator or you have a video that includes the narration, and that's the goal, is to have a video that provides the narration. And
okay.
the speaker can always mute it and do their own narration.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, I think that's a great idea. You know, because a picture is worth 1,000 words, that's for sure. But you know, absolutely, they need somebody to narrate it for sure. Yeah.
Got anything else, Don?
No, I think
we're out of the way.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way. Sorry.
Now, I know you can't speak up if you're having trouble unmuting yourself, but Art's invitation to sign up for the Braille copy is still open. And if you don't do it during this call, you can still contact him later. Go ahead, Carrie. Do you remember how to unmute yourself? You're on the phone, so you'll need to do *6.
Hi, this is Carrie. Yes, I think I would like to try the upper room. I do read Braille and see how it could change my life, because I do need some changes. And I would like to tell Art that Wanda Anderson's family, her father has COVID and he's in the hospital, and the mother just came home from the hospital with COVID, and there's about 10 other people that are in quarantine with the COVID, and it's really a hard thing for, you know, her. And as a previous camp queen, and Wanda's full of life, you know, we need to keep her in our prayers. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Carrie. And I was just looking to see if I have your address, or probably Roger or Kathy can give it to me if I don't.
I can send it over.
But I also just was checking out the upper room, and they have the devotional in digital audio download format. I didn't check to find out to see what the cost was on that, but it is available as digital audio format, they call it. And so that is available. I looking to see what other I'm looking right now and trying to find out. You've got e-reads, all those. That's other books, other publications they have. But so that's available. And so, Carrie, I will we'll get you signed up to receive the Braille edition. Anyone else would like to sign up for the Braille edition? Okay.
Excuse me, Art, do you think they have it in a large print like you had it?
Yes.
Marion Ward.
That what I do is the church that I'm a part of in Jackson, they get several regular copies and a few large printed copies, and that's what I use, is the large print. And I simply get it from my church each 2 months. It comes out every 2 months, and I get onto the church and get a large print copy. And that's what I'm using right now, is a regular large print. So
because the Braille accumulate too much over here.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I appreciate if I can get it in large print.
Yes, large print. Many churches order regular print and large print.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
It's associated with, and some of the offices are the same as the United Methodist Church Publications Office in Nashville, but it's
okay.
Entirely separate publication.
All right.
So many Methodist churches would have it on a subscription basis.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Do we have any other prayer requests we want to share? And again, if you're on the phone and you want to unmute, it's *6.
Okay, this is Marion Ward again. We'd like to make a tribute to, we just lost a camp member. He was a member for quite some time, Adam Parker. They just had his service last weekend.
Thank you for sharing.
I didn't know Adam. Don, you have your hand up.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay.
Talk.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing about Adam Parker. He passed away, and of course, we'd like to pray for his family too at this time of his passing. So that would be my comment. Thank you.
Where is he from, Don?
Detroit.
Detroit.
Is he from the Detroit area too?
Yes.
Okay.
Adam Parker. It's the same gentleman that Marion was referring to.
Yeah.
He was in Highland Park.
A lot of people might know
Highland Park.
Salvation Army camps and winter camp. I don't know if he ever went to winter camp.
But he did.
A couple of times, yes, he did.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so far we only have Carrie and that was interested in the Braille edition of the Upper Room. If anybody else on the call is, well, most of you are muted. If you're interested and you want to unmute and say so, go ahead or raise your hand or something like that. But it's a very generous offer from Art. Thank you. Somebody just joined. 5432. If you want to unmute yourself and introduce yourself, there'd be a *6 on the phone.
Anthony Ward.
Oh, hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Good to have you.
Glad to be here.
I don't know. I just had a note from Nancy Tobias that she wasn't able to get into the call. Did you all get a prompt for a passcode today?
Yeah, they just told me to push the pound signal and I came straight through.
We needed to use our passcode.
Yeah, and I used the passcode as well.
Okay.
I used the code that came with the Zoom link.
All right. All righty. Well, I asked her to try it again. So she may be joining us in a minute here. So any other prayer requests or comments regarding Art's offer for the Upper Room or any other things? Anybody else we need to remember?
This is Andrea Ordway, and I think I'd like a copy of the Upper Room and a prayer request that maybe we could have summer camp this summer.
Hopefully.
I think a lot of people are praying for that, Andrea.
Yeah.
We'll hope that by that time enough people might have their shots, and it's a safer situation.
I've already had mine.
I'm just waiting for my age group to come up so I can go get mine.
All right. And that was Andrea Ordway, you said?
Andrea Ordway, right.
And Roger or Kathy, do you have her address also?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yep.
I realize my file doesn't have any addresses on it, so.
Okay, I'll send you.
Thank you.
Send it to you after the call.
Okay.
Or later this afternoon a little bit.
Okay.
I do have a question, Roger. When if they do get to have summer camp, can someone please mail me an application copy if they do have it?
I'm sure they will. Yes.
Okay.
And Rosemary is actually or has been the administrator for the summer camp.
Okay. Because like I said, if they do get to have it, if someone could just mail me a form to fill out, I would greatly appreciate it.
I'd like one too, please.
Thank you.
Roger, this is Rosemary.
Uh-huh.
And if you could send me or email me those people who are interested in the summer camp so I get those to the right people, I would appreciate that.
I will do that.
Thank you.
Well, why don't we move on to our next thing that we were going to do today? And I asked a couple of people who are a couple of our campers who are members of Lions clubs, and I didn't ask all of you because I wasn't sure, but to kind of talk about your experience as a Lion. I've been a Lion for, a few years, not a long time, but a few years, and I get a lot of satisfaction out of being able to help people. In fact, after our call today, I'm going to be going to a food distribution project that's going on in Battle Creek that's run by a group in Battle Creek called Rise. And it's basically, they've been doing a food distribution project from essentially last March when the lockdown started and really things heated up with COVID. And they've been doing this every week since March and plan to continue through May. And our Lions Club put up some money, and we were able to get a couple of other service clubs in town, a Kiwanis Club and also a Rotary Club, to partner with us, and another Lions Club to put up some money to extend the number of boxes that they hand out by 70. So they typically hand out like 300 boxes on the weekend to families in need. And so our part of it, as far as the extension of the boxes, has run out. But we're still volunteering over there because they need folks to help pack the boxes and put them in cars and different things like that. So my wife and I have started doing this on Fridays and Saturdays, and so it's a lot of fun. But I thought that if some of our campers could talk about their experiences as a Lion, maybe it might inspire someone to think about looking into a Lions Club in their area to join the fun. So I talked to Rosemary and I talked to Andrea about talking, and then if anybody else wants to talk, that'd be great. So
I'm at a friend's house right now, my parents' cabin actually, and internet's not that good, but I was wondering if I could go first.
Sure.
And so anyhow, I've been a Lions Club since 2017 in Ovid Lions Club, and it's been great. And I've come to winter camp since 2019. I wish I would have heard about it much sooner, because it was kind of sad that COVID hit and we couldn't do winter camp. And I was kind of sad last summer when couldn't have winter camp, because I only did one summer camp. So that's my experience. I do different things for the Lions Club, sell mints and raffle tickets. I'm doing the raffle tickets right now.
how many raffle tickets do you guys try to sell?
I'm trying to sell 20, and I've got like 5 left.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
They want us to sell 100 possibly, but.
Well, that's a good fundraiser for a club, because you get money back. If you sell 100, you get $5 back for each ticket you sell. So it's like $500.
Yep.
So it's.
I know. So some of my friends have bought some, and so.
Thank you, Andrea. That's great. I'm glad you enjoy being a Lion.
You're welcome. I wish I would have done it sooner. I thought about it and never did.
And how did you get in? Did somebody invite you to be a Lion?
Well, kind of, sort of, yeah. One of my friends kind of did, and I've heard about Lions clubs, and I don't really remember. I just always knew I wanted to join. And I went to some of the Ovid Lions Club meetings because I know a lot of people, and I decided I want to join. So, yeah, I had a sponsor, my mail lady, actually, who I've known for years.
Well, that's great.
How often?
But it'd be kind of cool if you could come to Ovid Lions Club. What was that?
How often does your club meet?
It was every other week, and it still kind of is every other week but mainly by Zoom. So like mainly once a month usually.
Okay.
Well, if you're
the
still
board
meeting
board meeting is the first part of the month. What was that?
If you're still meeting by Zoom, we could arrange to come in and talk about camp, and you could you could help with that. That's one of the things I wanted to do, especially with Zoom. It's like it enables us to reach out to a lot of places that we might normally not be able to because of the distance, and especially with actually a lot of people still not meeting. So if you'd like me to come and talk to
I would.
Your club about camp, I'd be glad to do that.
Yes, I would.
So if you want to just send me a note with when your meeting times are, and if and when you'd like me to come, I'll make arrangements to do that.
Got a meeting this Monday at 6 p.m. at the Ovid VFW hall.
Are your meetings always on Monday?
Yes.
Okay. Probably won't work this Monday, but
maybe next month's at the last Monday of the month, pretty much in April. I'll have to see when that is.
Okay, that'd be great. I have another meeting on Monday that Kathy and I are both involved in. So anyway,
okay,
put that down. Thank you. And thank
You're
you
welcome.
for talking to us.
You're welcome.
So somebody else joined us. Let's see, 3279. Kathy's looking. So Rosemary.
Thank you.
I always think of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Whenever I say your name, I think of the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yay. That's okay.
But one of the characters, her name was Rosemary.
That was one of the people who was one of the actresses, I think.
Right.
But,
in fact, I think it was Rose, 2 words, Rose Marie.
Whereas mine is all one with no capital M, but that's okay. Right. Okay. Goodness gracious, I've been a lion forever. I've been coming to winter camp since 1981 when I moved to Michigan in December of 79 from Salt Lake City, Utah, and got involved with my local chapter of the Michigan Council of the Blind, and they told me about winter camp, and the first thing that was like in 1980. It was too late for me to have gone, so I went the next year, and I've been going ever since, every year. And in 1988, Lions allowed women to join their group, and my supervisor at work, Lion Ernie Stacy, invited me to come, and myself and another former camper, some of you may remember her, Patricia Puffpath, were inducted as the first female Lions into the Muskegon Host Lions Club. And over the years, I've done a lot of things. I've usually did new collections, and when we've had our pancake cooks collect money, grab tickets, help make sure all the I still do this whenever we have our pancake cooks, to make sure we have enough plates and plasticware and all that such and stuff. And Lion Don Madden, who has since passed away, and his wife Louise Madden used to bring us to winter camp. And it was through Lion Don and myself that we created the Muskegon Summer Camp. And we partner with Pioneer Trails at Pioneer Trails Camp, which at one point in time used to be called Camp Emery, was owned by the Rotary Club. and Pioneer Trails bought it from them and they refurbished it, and it was perfect for our purposes because being that a lot of the people who Pioneer Trails serve were people with disabilities and wheelchairs. They paved all the trails, so being blind, we could use our canes to travel the different trails that lead to the different parts of the camp. And so that was the biggest project that I was involved with. I've been a past president of the Muskegon Lions Club, and we used to have a thing called the Chiseler, and I got to be the first female chiseler. And what was kind of cool is because we had a wood chisel, and if you owned the chisel, they couldn't find you, because that was part of the fun of being a lion. They could find you for different things, but you had to have the chisel on you in order for them to not find you. So I got to be a chiseler for a year. That was pretty cool. It was fun. And over the years, we've just celebrated in December our 100th year anniversary. I was asked at the 75th anniversary to speak on behalf of blind people and also women. And at the 100th anniversary, I was asked to speak about women in lionism, and that was a fun thing to be able to do. I've really felt that lions do very good work. I've been a part of that for a long time, and I continue to be part of that. I've helped other people become lions. Lion Janet, who's on the call, she's become a lion. My good friend, everybody knows Shirley, and she was a member of Rockville Lions until their club fell apart. But Muskegon Lions been trying to get her to join us, even though she lives in Indiana. We kind of tease her. She's supposed to be coming here today, but we don't know when she will be arriving. If she arrives before the end of the call, I'll have her come on and say hi to everybody. But being a lion is a very good thing to do because it also keeps you in touch with what lions do. It also keeps you in touch with, it helps teach the lions what blind people do and what blind people need. When Lion Don passed away, Lion Jack Brewer stepped up, and he's been, he's been my co-partner in the summer camp project, and he's such a good lion. He takes Lion Ron Hopkins and myself to camp. He brings us to the conventions. He brings us to all the different Lions events whenever it's possible. Even when other clubs have dinners and such, he'll bring us. And it's such a blessing to have lions who are willing to serve and to work with you as a blind person and to help you to be able to contribute back to your community. So I would encourage people, to at least contact the local lions. Let them know you're around. Let them know that you're there. Teach them. Let them know you are capable of doing things, because many people don't know what blind people can do. And they're afraid to say, because, oh, well, you're blind, you can't do this. No, you can do a lot of things, but they don't always know what you're able to do. And you need to teach them that you can and they're capable. So I just want to say that, I've enjoyed winter camp, and I enjoy, taking care of the summer camp and doing what we can, and hope to keep that going as long as we can. Like I said earlier, some of you may not have been on the call, but we've been going for 25 years to summer camp, and last year was the first time that we were not able to have our summer camp. This year is up in the air still. We don't know, but if we're able to hold summer camp in August, we will. If not, we'll plan to try to do it for next year. Virtual summer camp is more difficult than even winter camp, so I don't know that we'll be able to do that. But we're still keeping everybody in mind, and I want to say thank you to Roger and all the group. I remember the one winter camp, there was a rumor going around that Arnie Larson, one of the guys one of the Lions used to do the thing, had passed away, and he showed up at camp. So that was kind of fun, but, all the Lions who help put these things together are appreciated. So again, thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Rosemarie. That was a great testimonial. And I didn't realize that your Muskegon club was 100 years old, and quite an honor for you to be speaking about women in lionism for the 100th anniversary. That was really special. That's great to hear about.
Yes, thank you.
people have always said, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that because you're blind. Well, or people don't know how to help a blind person. They feel kind of unsure. And that's kind of sad and scary. And people are like, oh, you amaze me so much. And the craft I made, well, I've really enjoyed that and showed that people. I know I can't get I can't cut the material, so I'd have to have someone cut that for me at the store. But that's been enjoyable. I've enjoyed that. So, and yeah, I think summer camp would be hard to do virtually, but I seriously hope we can have that because it's pretty cool to go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I want to get over. I want to get over there too. I just seems like the last couple of years when they did have it, I was wanting to go, but I just for whatever reason didn't work out. But I definitely will make an attempt to try to come over and visit. So let's see. We have Nancy Tobias join us and Willa Justice. I don't know if anybody else has come in the call. So right now, for those of you who might not be able, and it was a very good point that that Rosemary just made about teaching sighted people what lions can do. And one of the things that we learned on our doing this virtual camp was to understand how technology, is different for those who are blind or visually impaired than those of us who are sighted. And, I mean, I'm 67 years old and I just keep learning things. And so that's one of the things that's been very great for me to be involved with this community of blind and visually impaired are what, things that I take for granted that you have to contend with and how you overcome it. Anyway, that's one of the things that one of the takeaways that I've had being a lion is just learning about visual impairments and how people get past them and how people deal with it because
Roger?
it's part of your life. Go ahead, Mike.
I first became a lion in Lansing Red Cedar Lions Club back in 1977. Since my wife passed away, I haven't been active in Lions since then, but I was on our board for 25 years and a past president. And it was very rewarding because you make such good friends and you get to be shoulder to shoulder with a lot of good service-minded people. But even if you don't want to take on the idea of becoming a lion, what I found was very helpful is for visually impaired people to come in and be a program. And lions typically like to have, people stand up and do a program or instruct the club on different issues. And I always liked it when people came in and talked from their own experience. And they would look to me because I was at that time the only visually impaired person in the club. And I'd say, I can't speak for all visually impaired persons. There's a variety of knowledge and experience that other people can share. And so we would invite people in, and they didn't always become a member, but it was sure a good program when they would come in and help us out that way. Also, you can help with the service projects, even if you aren't a member. I remember one experience I had that was kind of new to me. I had never done we always volunteered the kettle drive that the Salvation Army does, when you stand out there and you ring the bell. And we would take over a certain day or two. And I remember I was out there ringing the bell and people didn't know that I couldn't see. And a lot of times, which I didn't know, people would want to hand you the money to put it in the kettle. I wouldn't know it. And they'd, oh, he can't see. And they'd put it in. But it's just nice to get out there amongst good people. And I also had, I don't know if you guys remember, but they had the International Convention in Detroit in 2004. And what a neat experience that was to meet with lions from all over the world and attend meetings and things on the international side. That was in Detroit. They had that. So those are some of my experiences.
Thanks for sharing. I noticed that Don's had his hand up. Is that intentional, Don?
Yeah. Yes. I've been a Lion for 20 years, 21 years, and every fall before the pandemic, around February, March. Well, we did fundraising, and I was involved in working at the city hall.
Don, you mean October?
I mean October, November. Sorry, October, November, and sometimes into December. But we were selling candy and fruitcake, and I try to attend most of the meetings, and so that I'm involved in the things we vote on. It makes me feel like I'm really part of the group, and I have given the devotion, the prayer at the beginning of the meeting, and a lot of times. So I've enjoyed my experiences as a Lion, and I've also made a number of friends from the Lions, and we try to do our motto: we serve, and it's quite a rewarding experience. I've enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
He's kind of modest, but he earns over $1,000 every Christmas time for the Lions. He's out there 5 days a week, 6 to 7 hours a day, Monday through Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, he works hard.
What fundraiser is that?
It's the Hazel Park Lions.
Yes.
Is that just like a stand on the street corner with a
he's
bucket?
at
Or
City
is it
Hall. He's actually lucky. He's inside. But a Lion will pick him up in the morning and take him over and set him up, and he stays there all day, takes his lunch with him, and then about 4 o'clock or so, they go get him and bring him home. But he's really, really dedicated into that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to picture it. Is it like a table where he talks about lions?
They sell chocolate bars from World's Famous Chocolate, and they sell fruitcake from, what's the place?
Tennessee. Is it Tennessee?
Oh, it ain't Tennessee.
No.
It's, I think, Georgia.
Georgia.
For 20 years.
Yeah.
So he got in the Lions. We went to the bank, and a man was over there that was a Lion, and he was selling candy. And Don said, "If I can help you, let me know. I'll come over with you." And that's how that became Don's sponsor. So.
Great.
Claxton.
Yeah, Claxton, Georgia.
He's been doing that for, 21 years too. Even before he became a Lion, he was fundraising for the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Way to volunteer.
Oh, it was fun.
He's got really good friends there, and it's just a good thing for him.
I've even times when we were allowed to, been outside Kroger's and fundraising also, with.
This is Marion Ward. I think I'm one of his biggest customers at Christmas time.
It's funny because the Salvation Army rings bells at that Kroger, and they have friendly competition. Don's at one door, and the Salvation Army is at the other. I'm just fine.
We try not to interfere with one another. That's for sure.
That's right.
You all got to try the fruitcake. It's delicious.
Yeah, Marion is a big sponsor.
She's a big customer, yeah.
Okay, this is Marion Ward. I'm not a Lions, but I volunteer here in my building, which I am at the Dearborn Heights Co-op, and I do gleaners every month on a Monday. We have to pack it. We have to sort it out, unpack it, and unpack the boxes and pack the bags and stuff, and other people deliver it to different apartments, whoever wants it. So I'm more or less locally helping, and I can help whenever I can. So I'm not a Lions, but it's hard to be a Lions out here in Dearborn, but Dearborn Heights. But I try to be as helpful can be. That's my volunteer work, and I thank everybody.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you don't have to go anywhere. It just happens right in your building.
Yes, unless after the pandemic, I also work with the library. I do the book club, and I also do. Oh, we need to honor Ava Johnson. She's the one that started the Nifty Knitters at the library. So her and I were teaching until she passed on. So now I'm in charge of the Nifty Knitters. But right now it's the COVID, so that's what have us bounded right now.
So,
Okay.
what are the Nifty Knitters?
Okay, there's a loom, it's a round loom or oblong loom. It's like knitting, but basically what you do, you wrap it around, it's like a what they call it, a rake, but it's a round object with the pegs on it, and you wrap the yarn around all the way around until you get back to where you started. Then all you do is wrap it around, lift the bottom loop over the top of the peg, and that's what forms your item until you get it as long as you want to.
Knitting, Don.
Nice.
Jean
I
can-
see Phyllis's hand up. Phyllis, do you want to unmute yourself? *6.
What kind of knitting?
Spool knitting.
Oh, spool.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
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 Okay. This is I used to be in the Port Huron Host Lions. I used to be in with Michael. I haven't been a Lions for the last 2 years, but I still work with the Lions Club here in Port Huron. I was a Lions in the Philippines when my husband and I lived there for a couple of years. And then we come back to Port Huron. My husband was in for a little while until he went back to the Philippines and passed away. But I got into the Lions Club. But if anybody knows a Lions Club around the area, I would just go and talk to them and see if they can help your blind community or help some way, because they're willing to do it. I know our club is really good. They do a lot for us. We've been in a couple parades with them on their floats, and we work with the Lions. Well, like Mike said, we ring the bell, which is one of my favorite things to do. We do the white cane, which is another thing I'd like to do, even though I haven't been a Lions the last couple of years, but I still like doing the white cane. And but I think if anybody can go to their Lions Club and say, and help them out, because I know when I first started the Host Lions here in Port Huron, even though Mike's been a member there for a long time, they still treated Wayne and I was both Lions Club at that time, but every time we go to a meeting, they always put us to a table by ourselves. Like they were a little leery about our blindness and stuff, until I finally got a little fed up with it and say, hey, we're as normal as you are, but we can't see, but that doesn't mean you have to separate us. So you have to train people. but anyhow, after that, they said, well, we thought you'd be more comfortable being by yourself. And I said, no, I'm more comfortable with people. But like I said, if you can get out there and talk to your Lions Club and say, hey, we're out here, we need some help, if you can help us or whatever. I think most Lions Clubs are willing to help. But I know it takes money to do some stuff too, but I know we used to go in a camp, and we always had one of the Lions members that drove us back and forth, didn't they, Mike? But like I said, they're willing to help, so that's all I have to say.
Phyllis, can I ask why you're not currently a member?
Well, there was a little bit of a difference between because we had some new Lions Club members that came in, and we had just a little bit of disagreement on what the Lions Clubs are all about. I mean, a
lot of clubs run.
They didn't go by the rules. So
sometimes it's just a matter of changing clubs. There's new ideas, there's old ideas, there's traditions, oh, go ahead, Rosemary, just jump right in.
Oh, no, like Phyllis said, yeah, there was some problems and we tried to resolve them, but we just couldn't. We were then told we were bad people, and
Oh.
So it was just, and there was a couple other clubs in town here, excuse me, but they were almost going out too and that. So, but being a Lions Club or a member was a lot of fun, and I was a president for a year and a half, which was a lot of fun, and the members liked how I run the club, how we were, I got things done right then, and our meetings went so fast and good and that, and so, but yeah, it worked out pretty good in that. So, but
Well,
yeah,
like
I
Ian said,
love the white cane and ringing the bell for the Salvation Army and everything, but and helping out with when the recreation department had their spook walk and that, we as Lions would go work that, and yeah, it was just a lot of fun and that. Go ahead, Phyllis.
even though, like I said, we had problems, I still work with the Portland Host Lions here because they're willing to help us out
Oh,
at
yeah.
any time. So
Excuse me, this is
Phyllis,
Rose.
go ahead. Or Rosemary, go ahead.
I just want to let everybody know Shirley has arrived.
Oh, good.
Hi,
Hi, Shirley.
how are you all doing?
Good.
Good.
That's good. I'm going to be here for a week,
Oh, wow.
and then I got to go back home.
So you're on vacation.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know why, because it's supposed to be icky this week.
Don't
Well,
say
it's nice today. It's a
I know, it's beautiful outside.
Yes. Hi, Shirley.
Well, hi, how are you?
This is Marion from Dearborn Heights.
So I'm gonna
I
go
was
through
going to talk
the.
to you last time we were able to talk, and then I didn't get a chance to.
Okay, we'll get a chance.
I'm just going to run through the list real quick of who's with us today, right now, just for Shirley's benefit. Myself and Kathy and Art Turner from the committee, and then we've got Rosemarie, Marion Ward, Lindsay Levier, and it keeps changing on me. Marion Ward, Nancy Tobias, Cynthia Cooper, Gwen Casey, Janet Gardner from Muskegon, Mike Gino, Wayne Lepores, Carrie Bradley, Don Lang, Judy Franklin, Phyllis, Ronnie Durrell, and Joanne Pilarski. I think I got everybody. The list was jumping around, but anyway, we were just talking about folks who are in Lions clubs and what that means to them and what kind of things that they've done. Better to hear from your peers than from some of us sometimes. So, but yeah, I mean, personally, service has been the thing that I enjoy about it, and that's why I joined finally, because I'd been asked several years, and then I finally said, okay. It helped that I retired a little bit and had more time, but Lions Club's basically about helping those who need it, whether it's blind and visually impaired or those who are hungry. Childhood diabetes is a big focus right now, or I'm sorry, childhood cancer. Pediatric cancer, and there's been a huge focus on diabetes in the last few years. And 2 years ago at camp, we had a lady from Michigan State talk about healthy eating, which several of you attended. How to eat more healthily for if you're a diabetic. And so those are the kind of things that that Lions get involved in. So it's a lot of fun. I always say that the Lions, for the most part, the people I've run into are some of the most friendly, upbeat people I've ever met. So it's pretty inspirational to get around a lot of people that are just really pumped up about doing service and
But Roger, you and Art makes it fun for everybody to get involved, though.
Well, Well, that's yeah, because it is fun, and you know, I could probably do some other things, but I choose to do this. So, and having Kathy along is just that much more fun, you know.
Yep. Appreciate it.
That's why I asked her to be part of the committee, was because I said this woman knows,
and Kathy too,
a lot of fun and wants to get things done and is very smart. So
I have a lot of energy and I try and put it towards good.
Right.
Well, that's good.
Who knows what would happen?
That's good.
I see Gwendolyn's hand up over there.
Yeah, I was just gonna mention with me in the Pontiac area was because I guess this would be my official full year of actually being a member. I mean, I've always helped out whenever, and I know the Lions has always helped me out in the past. But something that the Lions Club that I'm doing with this year is we're doing, instead of doing blind bingo like we normally would, we're actually doing something called Blind Cafe. And Phyllis is I guess the one in charge of it all. She came up with something about like helping us with like phones for the blind, because like if you get a state government phone, there's no app or anything on it to help them for the phone to talk, to tell them what they're clicking or to even enlarge. Where if you go and you get a phone through like Metro PCS or T-Mobile and all that, you get the special equipped software on it pretty much. So we're trying to come up with something where we can do like have people like donate 50 cents after each, like if say they go to the grocery store and they do their shopping and they pay for their bill, well the cashier can ask them would they like to donate 50 cents towards the Lions Club for our cell phone restitution type thing.
That sounds like a good idea.
Are you able to upgrade the government phones to add the software?
Not that I know of, because I don't have a government phone, but I know when I did have one, it was very difficult to use. So I ended up going to Metro PCS and getting a phone where I can put it in large and I can have it talking and all that kind of stuff.
The government phones won't upgrade.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for whoever said that. I appreciate it.
that was Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
So is Metro PCS the only company that offers that kind of thing?
No, I believe Verizon and T-Mobile, they all offer it too. But you had to pretty much, like when you go in to get your phone, you have to ask the person to show you where everything's at, because it's mainly in the settings of your phone. Now I know there is other like special apps and stuff that you can get, but I know like for me, because I'm not completely blind, I still have a little bit of eyesight, so I have my screen on enlarge, and I have it to where it talks to me and tells me who's calling and who's text messaging.
That's good.
I could also turn on the full talk if I wanted to, but I'm not ready for that yet.
I have a question for Kathy. You mentioned the YouTube channel. Can you email us the link to that channel?
I can, and I put it out on the Zoom chat also. So
okay, and I have a new email that you guys, the one that you have on me, Roger, is going to be going away.
Okay.
The new email is Braille, BRAILLE, bumps, BUMPS, at gmail.com.
Miss
Real
Kathy,
easy.
can you just text me the link to the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
So on the YouTube channel, one of the things that Kathy did a great job after our camp session was we recorded most of it, and it was my fault because I just kind of forgot to start the recording. But about halfway through Mike's session where we were doing prayer requests, and then we started the recording. So we have part of Mike's, but we have all the rest of the sessions. And Kathy separated those recordings out into their own little spot. And so the bird the bird identification and the talent show and the crafting. Those are all on segments that you can listen to. And so those are on the channel. And then we're also, for those who don't have internet access, and we haven't done this yet, it's and I just have to get it done, but we are going to put them on a thumb drive. We're going to put those on a thumb drive and send the thumb drive out to folks who can use it, who don't have access to the link, to go to the channel itself. So I guess anybody on the call today who would like a thumb drive, if you can let me know, we'll get those ready to go and send them out. I think they will play, and Kathy, correct me if I'm wrong, but we think that they will play on one of the readers.
We need to test it out, but
right.
We talked to the library and we think we can get it to play just like a cassette. So even though it won't be in a cassette, it'll just be on a regular USB drive.
They will play.
Well,
all you have to
we have
do
a specific structure, folder structure. And so maybe, Mike, you can be our guinea pig if Roger mails one to you.
Well, I've made them. I've made thumb drives that play on the players.
Yes.
And they will play. If you put, there's a syntax for the folder. I think it's called Audio Plus Podcast.
Yep.
It's the name of the folder name. And if you, whatever MP3 or WAV, the players will play WAV or MP3 format. If you put those in there, as soon as you plug them into a player, they'll play just like an NLS talking book. Real easy.
Awesome. Well, then Roger just has to do them up.
Just get it done.
All right.
Yeah. So if you make the folder that says Audio Plus Podcast, I think that's the syntax, you'll be all set.
Excellent. So again, back to Roger's question or invite, raise your hand, or so to speak, speak up if you would like all of the YouTube videos from the Zoom of winter camp placed onto a USB. And you can put that in your library player, or you could also just plug it into a computer if you're a computer savvy type person.
Kathy, you did a good job on those videos.
Thanks,
Wayne. I watched them and they're great.
I had to listen to the endings of them many, many times to find out where to cut them off. I could cue the next speaker in my head.
Mary, you got your hand up.
Oh no, I just wanted a copy of the thumb drive, because so it will play in the digital machine, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I want a copy.
Okay.
That's why I had my hand up.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
Okay.
If you want to raise your hand, I'll just write your name down.
Okay, now do I unmute the *9?
Yep.
*9 to unraise your hand. To lower.
Okay. Okay. Did I do it or I didn't?
That's okay. I can do it.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There it goes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Boy, this conversation is getting good. Very interesting. No, I'm learning a lot. I really am, and I appreciate it, guys.
Anybody else want a thumb drive of the recordings?
Hi, Nancy.
Okay. Hi, Nancy. You want a thumb drive?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Go ahead, Carrie.
Roger, you can also send those free matter. They qualify as free matter.
Okay, good.
For the blind.
Yes, I would like a thumb drive. I would like a thumb drive too.
Okay.
And I know that the Lions Club is kind of spread out, and we see each other all in winter camp. But do you think we could ever bring back the Lions Club picnic, or have an all-day event at a park? When COVID permits. But because I had so much fun at the picnics, they were wonderful.
That's awesome. Where was the picnic held?
We had one at what was it? Warrendale Park?
Dale Park.
Yeah.
Say that again?
And somewhere on the east side, you had two of them.
Right. It was one that was it was past River Rouge Park. It was what was the name of that park? Metrolift didn't go there. That was the problem because we had to get transportation. But you know, if we could plan it where maybe we could get transportation where the different Lions Club and the like from Pontiac and Lansing, we could all meet up at one nice park and just spend a whole day.
That's great. So, Carrie,
was it in Orchard Lake, Carrie?
Committee member.
I'm trying to think. Was it Warrendale Park? Wasn't it?
No, Warrendale Park. Metrolift went there, but it was someplace way out that they didn't go.
One past Telegraph, I think. River Rouge. It was past River Rouge Park. It was way out there, and they didn't. Didn't go there.
Metrolift didn't go out there.
Right. But it was a beautiful park, and it was a beautiful day. I still remember the hamburgers and hot dogs and the Twinkies and cupcakes and the games. Remember beeper ball, everybody?
Yeah, and the corn, the corn,
and
yeah.
the baked beans, yes. And I think we need to try to do something like that, where we could try to get maybe a bus that'll leave from Pontiac or a bus that'll leave from Detroit or a bus that'll leave from Lansing to get everybody to the park ground and have a great day.
Social, yeah.
When I was in Grand Rapids, we would have visually impaired activities day, and it was mostly kids, but we played beeper ball. So I've experienced beeper ball. That's a whole new thing. I mean, to see a blind kid running across a field chasing a ball, and you're like, how does he know where it is? Because it's talking to him.
Right, and it had the bases there. They had the noise that you could run to. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I really did. And I think, we'll be able to, and that's something that we could bring our kids to, because we need to expose our children to other blind people so that, they can get that blind experience on a different level, to let them know that they're not the only people who have a blind parent or a parent with a disability, period. Right. We need to get those kind of things out in the community, because that's what's going to make things change, our children. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, they're our future.
What were some of the other things about camp that you enjoyed? Were there
I think she went out.
This Carrie, I enjoy. Last year was my first year going, and I didn't want to go to camp for years because it was cold, and I just had a different type of view. But when I got there, and I think, well, this place is kind of warm here, and walking back and forth, I enjoyed the cords. I felt independent, where I could come and go as I pleased. Mm-hmm. And then if I got lost in the building or confused, here was somebody to say, where are you trying to get to? I love the speakers, and I really like getting that brand new cane. Oh my goodness, I definitely needed a cane. And I don't know who it was that was in the room with me when I was playing bingo, but she would tell me all the prizes that I could get, and I got a lot of outfits because my daughter had just experienced a fire, and I had given away a lot of my clothes to my daughter, and those clothes really, really meant something to me, and I still have them, believe it or not. Still have them. I wore the little pullover velour shirt about 2 days ago, as a matter of fact. It was real nice. The talent show was nice. But I love playing bingo. Oh, I love bingo. It was great.
So if we can work bingo into the summer camp or summer picnic day,
that would be great. That would be great. Yeah,
everybody
that would
loves
be great.
Bingo.
Yes, love the bingo. Love the bingo. Well, and I did like Mike Gino's explanation of the computers. That was really nice. And it's really nice to see somebody just give you something with no strings attached. because I was able to brush up all my computer skills, and I'm right back where I need to be. So I want to tell him thank you. Thank you, Mike.
All right. Well, we're at 2:30 p.m. and this was our target time for ending.
You're very welcome, by the way.
Thank you.
Pleasure. My pleasure.
Is there anything else anybody wants to jump in with, or should we go ahead and wrap up and plan on seeing you all again on, wait, hold on. The calendar says April 17th, Saturday.
I'll see you April 17th.
All right.
Great job.
Sounds good.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. It was great. Bye from Carrie.
Joanne, you got your hand up?
I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody. This is Rose. So we need to be doing some stuff. So good job.
Yeah, I'm going
everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Great. Thanks, Rosemary.
Thank you.
Joanne, you've got your hand up, but you're muted.
What?
Star 6 if you want to unmute yourself to say goodbye. Star 6.
Oh, is Carrie Bradley still on?
No.
I'm sorry. I'm going. It's Janet. I'm leaving.
All right, see ya.
Okay.
Thanks for
I
joining
wanted to
us
say
today,
I've been
Janet.
doing
Nice
Art
to-
Turner here.
Bye.
I've been doing a little online
Bye.
research while I've been trying to find various resources for the upper room, and I discovered I cannot find Braille resources on their listing of things. The only one I found was the audio download, and my wife's on the phone trying to check, and of course they're closed for the weekend, and I can't get further information. So I may not be able to give the Braille edition like I thought it was. It's not listed at all anywhere in their website.
That may be done by another organization is why. And I couldn't find a podcast specifically to them. I found a couple upper room podcasts, but they were more relative to a specific church. So they don't do an audio podcast.
Yeah. Well, they mentioned the two audio downloads. The digital format is digital audio download for the month, 2 months it is. But that's all I've been able to find. And my apologies for. I was feeling so good to be able to offer something. They said a small contribution will support 10 people. And I said, okay, or 4 people. And I said, okay, we can do that. And
It's
there's no
very
reference to it
likely
anywhere.
if you read it in one of the books, it's very likely, as Mike said, that it was a third-party ad and not through the primary organization. So maybe finding it in the magazine is the way to go.
Yeah. Well, she called that number in connection with it, and they said, call us back leave your name, we'll call you back.
Okay.
So on a Saturday. I suspect it was a donation thing, and they're a generic reference of how they might use our donations. So.
Okay, good.
While I have a moment, can I just ask Art or Roger a quick question?
Sure.
When I packed up the computer stuff that we didn't distribute the last time we had winter camp, a duffel bag with some computer speakers apparently got left behind. So if anybody had, and I know it's been a long time since then, but if anybody had discovered that duffel bag, my name is on the speakers and the accessories that were in the snake room. So if it ever turns up, let me know.
Oh, so that was something that you didn't get, or it disappeared or left.
When we unpacked the car after we got home, it all got left, and as I put away the things, I couldn't find that particular duffel bag.
All right.
So it may have gotten left in the snake room, and it may be long gone. But I just thought I'd mention it in case somebody had picked it up and didn't know who it belonged to.
Did you happen to call over to the OEC?
By the time it came about, there was nobody there.
Oh, we've got their email address, so you could find out if it ended up in their lost and found. But since
Thank you. If you could forward that email address to me, I'll do that.
Roger.
Yes.
You had mentioned something a couple months ago when we was at winter camp about computers, and I was wondering how I can, if there's a way you guys could help me to get a computer, because sometimes like when my phone freezes up when I'm on these Zoom meetings, and I didn't know if there was any way you guys would be able to help me out with one.
We had a discussion about computers for the blind, I think it was. And I'm not sure who is, I know that a few people were familiar with that organization. And
yeah, they're out of Texas, and they charge, I think it's like $100.
Okay. Is that Freedom?
No, I'm trying to. I think it's called Computers for the Blind.
Computers for the Blind. Okay.
But they're out of Texas, and they take computers as donations, and they distribute them, and they also provide some software on them. I have done the same. The only problem with me, and I don't charge for them, I give them away, is the latest model computers I have are Windows 7, which you would have to upgrade to Windows 10 so that you could use them like you do up to date today's computers.
Right.
But if anybody doesn't mind a Windows 7 computer,
I wouldn't mind. I don't mind a Windows 7 computer. Well, my stepdad, he can upgrade it for me because he's really good at fixing computers, so that wouldn't bother me none.
Start recording. Okay, what's your name?
Gwendolyn Casey.
Okay, spell that for me.
GWENDALYN. Casey, CASEY.
Okay, and your phone number?
248-918-6730.
And you would like a Windows 7 computer. I will put your name on one of them here, and we'll talk on the phone as to how to get it to you.
Okay.
I don't think you guys are too far away from each other.
Okay.
Because Gwen's from Port Huron, or from Pontiac, I think.
Oh yeah, you're still at the southern part, so we can ship it to you, or you can run down and pick it up, and I can provide you the accessories, the keyboard, monitor, and all that. I want to get these out to people, so your answer is here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're
welcome.
welcome.
You so much.
Yep.
And incidentally, I just looked, and it is Computers for the Blind is the organization.
Oh, I know what it is.
And they didn't specify the price of the page I've seen, but they said an economical price is what one person responded.
Yeah. Great.
Hi, this is Judy. I was going to say maybe you could get a hold of the upper room through the library. They might have it available. You know, a library for the blind. You might check into it. I know they can have resources where they can get a hold of those things too. And the other thing I wanted to say was anybody, I know Mike, they're not going to have Salvation Army Camp again this year because of COVID. So if anybody knows anybody that wants to go to that, pass on the word that there's no camp this year again.
Yeah.
So.
Well, hopefully next year. I've had my first shot, and
I told you it'd be better.
Yeah.
Couldn't be worse than that year.
Yeah.
That was a bad year.
Roger, I just want to thank you and the Lions there that are behind all of this. What a good job you're all doing. And there's a lot of Lions that put a lot of time and work into it that don't get to hear this, but I hope there are more ways we can let them know what a difference they're making.
Well, thank you, Mike.
That's wonderful.
And I want to tell you that Kathy has been very instrumental in making all this happen.
Thank you, Kathy.
And Art as well. We're probably the three most technically savvy, other than Barry and Peggy Allen. So
well, maybe you guys will make the Lions of Michigan magazine.
All someone has to do is put in an article.
Yeah,
they're always looking for someone to submit the articles, but you have to actually write it yourself in order to get published.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, God bless you, folks.
Well, thank you so much.
Can I ask one more thing? Will we get another letter next time for the next meeting that'll give us another Zoom number and all that?
Yes.
It'll actually be the same number.
But we'll send a reminder.
We'll send a reminder.
Okay, thank you.
You like it like 5 days before and then the day before, or what works best for?
I don't know. You just sent me a letter and I held on to it. I got it quite a while ago.
Right.
Well, Roger, you can send me an email again.
I think I may not have.
Ward.
I'm sorry, Marion. I think my list still has your old email, and I'm sorry about that. I'll fix that.
Oh, okay.
Just so, Kathy, just so we get some kind of a reminder, a few days in advance, so we know what to do.
Oh, she'll let me know.
Like I say,
we let you know.
Yes, beautiful.
Yes,
Hey, Marion. Marion.
Yes.
Go back a second.
Yes.
Your email address, Marion.
Hey, folks, I'm going to have to leave for my other project today. Kathy can close the meeting, but I just want to say thank you for calling in, and it's been a pleasure talking with you again. And we'll see you the 17th of April, I think.
Okay, thanks a lot, Raj.
Roger, pleasure for us too.
Thank you, Raj.
Yes.
Yes, thank you
Right.
so much.
And I will get back on the Braille upper room.
Talking, but you can't hear me.
Okay.
Can you give
Hi,
me
Nancy. Sorry.
Bye, Roger.
Okay.
Bye-bye all.